Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Help Action Needed, or for some of you, welcome for the first time. We're glad you're here. I see there are some people from other people's communities that have showed up, and that's wonderful and exciting, and I would like to welcome you. My name is Sean. I am the creator and producer and everything of Help Action Needed. And as you saw on the overlay, because I'm going to shout it everywhere, we got nominated for a Crit Award, and so did Maz, because I doubt Maz is going to promo themselves, so Maz got nominated too. If you want to follow the link in chat or the QR code that's on the overlay will be on the break screen and will also be on the outro screen. You can go to the voting page for the Crit Awards and vote for all of your friends, but specifically me for Best Upcoming Podcast and Maz for Starcrawl RPG for Best Upcoming YouTube Channel. I just wanted to point that out because we're very excited for the nominations and very honored that the communities came together and nominated us. But also winning is cool. Anyway, that is me. Let's let the cast go around and introduce himself. We'll go in overlay order. Nate, since you're GMing, I'll have you go last. You can also set us up for the game. So, Maz, take it away.
Hello. Hi, y'all. I'm Maz. You can find me everywhere. It's Mozzarella, but my pronouns are she, they. And I'm so excited to play. This game is so cute. I'm playing. Do I introduce our characters now?
Yeah, why not?
I
didn't,
I'm
but
playing
that's fine.
Francois the ferret or Fig, the raconteur. I don't know how cool he is yet. I'm so excited. I'm trying to think of really cool quips, but yeah. Over to you.
Mel.
Me. Hi, I'm
You.
Mel. You can find me right here, right now. Let's live in the moment, baby. I will be playing Rhubarb P. Badger this evening for the next consecutive Wednesdays, and it's my first time on the channel. I'm so excited to join.
Ash.
Hello, I'm Ash, and I do catchy cantrip shenanigans and stuff, but here I'm going to be Muffins, Miss Muffins.
My
That is
character is
all.
named Sherry. And Nate, take it away.
What's up, Internet? I am Nate. I am on the Internet under a myriad of pseudonyms. Try to find me if you dare. Yeah, that's it. Let's play a game. Let's all hang out and have some fun. Sean, did you say your character's name?
Is Cherry.
Okay. Yeah, so welcome to the world of Root. This is a place where little adorable animals murder each other for power and greed. I hope you have fun. All right, let me pull this up. The woodland is at war once again. After the civil wars of the Eerie dynasties, the denizens of the woods knew peace but for a fleeting moment. Soon after the fall of the great birds, the Marquis de Cat, an armed force, invaded the woodland, building sawmills and workshops throughout the forest quickly, expanding their empire. Finding a common enemy, the Eerie dynasties were able to rally together under one leader to fight the cats. He was then quickly deposed and replaced with a new leader, whose aggressive tactics against the Marquis have led to a swell in support throughout the forest. Both sides have been relying heavily on the Riverfolk Company, a merchants guild who claim to own the rivers of the woods, for supplies in their constant struggles for power. Suffering from this never-ending war, many of the denizens of the woods turned to the lizard cult, a growing religious order who worship the great dragon and ritualistically sacrifice innocents for immense power. But that's just the vibes of the forest. Today, we will be following a third faction, the Vagabonds, the merry band of, let's be honest, probably psychopaths who go around helping whoever they see fit Today you will be heading towards. I named it, and I don't have it in my note. Kettle Grove, a small town in a clearing that some of you may have been to before. You would know that it is currently the kind of powers that be of Kettle Grove are the Marquis, run by Lady Pwitty Paws, a politically savvy cat with beautiful long white fur. She's older and has been in charge for quite some time. But there is growing tension as many in Kettle Grove have decided to join up with the lizard cult. And there has been talk of some battles in the area that you have all probably heard of. And so, for some reason or another, you've decided to come check it out for yourselves. So, we begin our story with you all in the woods, walking towards this grove, this clearing. And you're almost there, reaching the end of the hill. As anyone who's been here before would notice the woods end much earlier than they have before. And the light shines as you reach the end of the tree line. As you reach the ends of the tree line, you see surrounding this small town, there is a vast amount of space covered in dead bodies. Cats and foxes and mice and rabbits and all kinds of woodland critters in armor, and then even more of them wearing what look to be religious robes. Pretty much all of the cats would be armored, whereas you'd see in the religious robes a lot of lizards, but also a lot of the just general denizens of the woodland: rabbits, squirrels, bats, foxes, all slain in a great battle for control of this grove.
Oh, it seems a formidable battle was fought upon these grounds.
That's how Rhubarb P. Badger talks. I just decided right now. Let's see how long I can stick with it.
Seems many of them died. If they were under better leadership, wouldn't be dead. That is, I decided how Cherry the bird talks.
With many leaders and many bodies to fight and die, good and bad. Who is not a pawn if he is not the king? What?
Is like, are we trying to go through these bodies? Like, is the thing that we want on the other side?
Yeah, so you would see like a giant valley with like this small town in the center, and as like a lot of the trees in the area have been cut down, it has become like a very large clearing that then it seems right outside of the town they had a giant war where both sides lost a lot of people. So yeah, you're probably just walking through just heaps of dead bodies on your way to town.
This is what we get for
Are we
having
all
cats in
together?
charge.
Yes, all four of you work together. You are a merry little band that have decided to
And
travel
what
here
are we
together.
traveling on? Are we just moving by foot?
I would imagine you're moving by foot. Do you guys want a wagon? You travel through the woods a lot.
I feel like a wagon would be inopportune if we're cutting through tree lines and such.
Okay. Fig is playing on their flute and not at all, like head in the clouds, and then looks down at the bodies and is like, "Oh, I don't want to be those sorry little suckers, so let's move a little faster."
Okay, how bad is Muffin deciding whether to loot these bodies?
I'm just sitting here thinking, oh god, I gotta come up with a really good voice. You guys are doing so many voices, and I'm like, oh geez, pressure is up. So I guess Muffin, I gotta play into being a little scoundrel, would immediately be like going and saying if there's any good stuff on them. Just as we meander through, but trying to act casual about it, so not being like grubby and like going like this, but being more like that kind of thing.
I think it would depend on who you're looting. There's probably like a couple of like higher up generals on the ground here, but like most of this is just like general citizens that have like been drafted into this war. You see a couple of them looks like they were fighting with just like brooms and mops. You can easily grab like a sword or an axe or some armor though if you want to.
Oh, I have my
strip
handy
that.
spork, so probably not. How could I ever replace the spork? So I guess
Man,
Muffins
that one's a good one.
is looking through and is like, oh man, looks like they don't really have anything good. Gosh, if only there were people that had a lot more money that died. I mean, it's such a shame. It's heartbreaking.
But we can always take their things and sell it when we get to the next town.
Yeah. Wait, do you think they'll still be buying it? Do you think that you make money less money if there's blood on it? Or do you make
We
more?
go to the stream on the way, dip the weapons in the water,
Oh, we
clean
have
off
to
all the blood.
wash it? I don't
and
want
then we
to
go-
wash it.
You don't want money, don't you?
I want pretty things, and pretty things don't require washing.
But pretty
Oh.
things do require money.
Then Fig, maybe I could wash it and then I could maybe buy you something, since we're
I
so
like that.
close or whatever.
I like when you buy me things. I like this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean whatever.
Yeah.
Not Reginald, Rhubarb, you would know what costs the most around here. What should we be trying to sell more than anything else?
I think Rhubarb's struggling here because, like, the only thing he wants to do is make you happy. But he's like,
Well, a weapon is the extension of the soul of a warrior.
"It is
Disrespectful to cleave it of him in death. But probably that one.
There, Miss Muffins, you can acquire that one there and clean it in the river.
Oh, see, at least now it's not going to waste and I can just clean it. And it's like, oh, very honorable because now it will go to someone else. Then it can kill more other folk. I guess is that honorable? Is that good? I don't
It could be
Until I make it
protect
into
the
a
innocent.
song, it's going to be honorable. Everyone's going to know. Let's go. They just start like playing on their flute, just thinking of like Muffin's gonna buy me things. Once they wash that thing, and then just like trying to figure out their lyrics.
So Muffin, are you gonna grab some stuff and start washing it in the river?
Yep,
Close
I'm
by?
gonna grab bloody weapons and start washing. This is not, by the way, how I imagined this game.
No,
I
no.
was like, oh, it's such a cute little game with little animals. This is gonna be so adorable. You start out with bodies in a field,
Yeah.
and I was like, this
Yeah.
is not what I thought.
Nate, this overlay does not match the Game of Thrones game you're currently running that I was unprepared and unaware of.
See,
gonna
see,
get more
Sean,
bloody or something.
Sean,
That's
just
the
add
root
bodies at the
vibe
bottom.
is cute
is.
little animals in a just terrible war-torn
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry,
just
chat. Next
add
week
some
we'll have
bodies.
appropriate body piles underneath Nate between the raccoon and the
Just
the
blood
badger.
overlay.
I feel like I'm being attacked for a beautiful, beautiful story here.
So, speaking of beautiful story, do I have to roll anything to wash the blood off of the weapons that I'm looting from these dead bodies?
Not at the moment. But as you do bring these bloody weapons to the river and start beginning to wash them, you do hear, "Hey, what are you doing over there? Hey, that's my river. Well, our river. Hey, did you pay for that?" As you see a small
yes.
otter pop his head out of the river. Did you pay to use this place? This is Riverfolk Company territory. All
Yeah.
rivers, in order to use, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, I already I definitely paid.
Oh,
That didn't
they
seem very
did. They really did pay for it.
Okay,
I saw them.
Nate. So Muffins and I, part of our relationship is that we helped the Riverfolk Company take control of a clearing from the Marquise de Cat. So if we are spotted together, then any prestige is doubled for the two of us. So we're like a little bit fancy for this otter. Or can we be a little bit fancy for this otter, please?
Oh, 100%. How would you introduce yourself? This otter might not necessarily know you by face, but by title, they may.
Okay.
How would you respond to him yelling at your friend?
Oh, sure.
My good man, Rhubarb P. Badger at your service. There seems to have been a terrible battle here. It's much like the battle of the Clover Clearing, which my friend Muffins and I partook in so long ago, which saw the victory of the river folk against the Marquise de Cat, of which many of these cats here lie slain may have also taken part. We ask simply for passage and a little bit of personal hygiene.
Is that true? Is that true? He just like turns his head and asks, and then you just see a beaver pop out of the river right next to him. Yep. They're both heroes of the Riverfolk Company. They helped us fight off the cats. It was quite cool. Well, he says it. For this time only, you can wash 5 swords for free. But you gotta pay for the 6th.
Well, I thank you for your kindness.
No, I thank you.
Oh, they're so cute. Don't go away.
Wait, how many swords can I wash if I give a sword as payment to wash more swords?
Is it a washed sword that you're giving me?
It depends
di-
on
the dirty?
the difference in washed or dirty, sword pricing.
If you give me a dirty sword, none. Because that's gross, so I could just grab it off the ground there. Honestly, kind of feels like you're stealing from us, grabbing all these dirty swords, when I could have just claimed them myself.
Yeah, but now you don't have to handle dirty swords because I'm handling them. In fact, this is like an exchange. Maybe for every 2 swords that I clean, I could give you one of them, and then you get clean swords without even having to do anything. So it's like
That's
a
a
fair
great
exchange.
idea. I'm thinking for every 3 swords you clean, I get 2 and you get 1.
I think I'm
Muffin,
gonna
that's a
have
good
to go
plan.
1-1 exchange because I'm doing all of the work, and this was my idea, and it kind of seems fair.
I'll make Fred attack you. He's big. You didn't see it because he was in the water just chilling, but he's feisty.
He sounded like a really friendly fellow. You shouldn't sick him on people. It's kind of messed up.
It's his job. He attacks things. I am the wits and the brains of this operation.
Have
Okay,
you asked Fred if he
2-1
enjoys attacking
exchange.
people?
What?
Have you asked Fred if he enjoys attacking people? What if Fred doesn't like being violent?
Fred doesn't like to be violent.
Actually, I think it's really fun.
Oh my gosh.
Good. As long as we have consent from Fred, then yes, you can be violent. But also, I don't believe you should be violent. I believe we should have a 2-for-1 in our favor.
I think you're a big baby. Give me more money.
You dare to speak of Mademoiselle Cherry in such a disrespectful manner?
Look,
Yeah, bring it.
look.
You
we're
look
talking
poor.
money,
I can
right?
take you.
Oh, you don't want to take that.
We're gonna
And they're
throw
gonna do
hands
the-
with this otter.
They're gonna do the like kind of slip the arm around the otter and be like, look. You don't want more money. What? You want to help with the swords. Swords are plenty, right? And when you think about it, how many people really need swords, right? So you got to think about and then they're gonna use silver tongue. So they're just gonna be like, so this is how you think this is the story of, in a town. Or if you're gonna think about this, back in my day, when there's too much supply and not enough demand, you're not really going to get a lot of money in here, right? Right? And look at this. And they're just gonna point to all the bodies. Supply. We can help with the demand.
I mean, I feel like the demand's been pretty high recently. There's a lot of
No,
wars
no,
going
they're always
on.
making more swords. You know that.
Well, yeah, but then I take them
Why
and
would
I
they
sell
want a
them back to
rusted one?
people. Why are you rusting these swords? You giving me rusty swords? I
No,
can't
you
take
have
rusty.
swords are rusty.
Do I roll for silver tongue? It says
What is it? What
mark
does it say?
exhaustion on a hit to make them reveal something important and relevant about the situation.
It's 2d6s, right, for everything?
Yes. Would you like to roll to persuade an NPC?
Yes.
That would be 2d6 plus your charm.
That's a 6 + 2 for an 8.
For an 8, they aren't sure. The GM will tell you what you need to do to sway them.
Hear it.
You raise good points about the rust and everything. I don't like dealing with rust, and I also don't like dealing with dirt and having to clean things.
Nobody does. Nobody does. I don't mess with it. I just get new clothes and I throw out the old.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll cut you a deal.
Oh, I like deals.
For every 5 swords you clean, I'll take 2.
And they flash like their little fangs, and that you can see that they're like gold tipped fangs, and they're like, let me see.
I'm taking
let me see it."
40%. That's an in between of the 50% and the 60%. Something.
You're speaking my language, but I gotta just and then like turn around and like huddle everyone. They said a lot of numbers. So
Hi.
hello. Is 40% good? Is 40?
We're like 40
What
is
about
good. Got
you?
them down from 60 down to 40. Reginald,
okay, got it,
you're
got it.
always the math
Reg-
one though.
Oh,
Rhubarb. God, I committed your name to memory so long, and now it's
did.
rhubarb.
He's
Rhubarb. No, it's rhubarb.
Some people just look like the name.
Yes.
well, this could be a way to improve our standing with the Riverfolk Company. Not bad. Good. But in terms of numbers, I say yes to it.
Yes. And then they will look at Muffin. How about you, Muffin? And they'll like give a wink. 40% sound good?
Yeah, if like that's good with you or something, it's fine.
It is good. And they turn around. Alrighty. And they just like spit on their hand and be like, it's a deal.
Nate, you muted yourself.
They wash their hand and then they say it's a deal.
That was a very gross gesture, but I'll
It's how
take
we
it.
make deals out here.
You'd spit on yourself to make deals.
You don't?
No, I am a civilized merchant,
Eh.
not a savage.
We-
I make deals for the betterment of my wallet, not
Well,
any
so
other
do we.
reasons,
And
really.
you know, if you don't want to, fine. And they just like wash it off. Deal's a deal. It's still ironclad to me. Like, all right, we'll get you those swords. And they just, like literally turn around and start practicing on their flute.
Okay. 6 hours later, you guys have cleaned off
The entire army of swords.
You know, who's
Every
carrying all
sword.
these swords?
No,
Where
we
has
have
not
to
been
play
wagon?
out. We have to play out cleaning every one of those swords so that
It
we're
is-
just here for the next 4 hours going, and then the next one.
ADHD just singing the entire
Yeah.
time.
That's perfect. I didn't actually plan anything, so let's just keep going.
I'm gonna claim a claymore out of this. I want a claymore.
Hell yeah.
Oh, God. You weigh like 2 pounds.
It's a bird claymore.
Zweihander.
Yeah, actually, I want a Zweihander. That's right.
Great.
I have a
It's the-
dagger and a crossbow, and now a Zweihander.
It's like
Sword
flying.
3 times the size of Cherry.
Yeah. She's just a little gal doing her little thing.
Rhubarb's gonna try to teach you how to use that properly. Up to you if you let him.
Well, yes, I would love to learn how to use it properly. Thank you, Rhubarb.
This will make a warrior of you yet, Mademoiselle Cherry.
Should we go to this village, or we just feel
Yeah.
good? We just like
Yep, I'm trying. Every time I hear Rhubarb's voice, I've lost already Fig's voice because it's gone.
Yeah, let's go to Kettlebrook. Let's do it.
Can I, as we're getting ready to leave, can I just. This is horrible, but you know what? We're already here. We're talking about dead bodies, looting, all that.
Mhm.
But can I make a body fire out of the bodies while I'm taking all the weapons?
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
What?
Mhm.
Say that again?
Well, you see, I'm trying to make a body fire because, disease happens if you just have a bunch of bodies and stuff, and we're going to be in there, and that's just messed up to leave them all out there. And also, then people won't be like, where'd all their weapons go? And then see us with like a bunch of weapons. Instead, they'll be like, geez, someone cleaned up all these bodies. It makes sense. Totally does. And
They, at least Fig would be like, they're avoiding the subject, but seeing everyone in the like, for sure Muffin in their time as partners would know that like they bury a lot of heavy stuff, so they just like, but then I have to write songs for them. I should write songs for them.
Just
Yeah,
write one
we
song.
should.
You
One
know,
song?
if there may be the victors of this battle who have survived, could quite possibly be just beyond in this village, and they may not take kindly to the desecration of the bodies of their soldiers.
It's true.
But maybe not.
But I
Rhubarb
mean,
has a
my
point.
thought is if they're just gonna leave a bunch of bodies out here for people to just wander upon and loot and all of that, clearly
If we
they
can help in a little way, I can help.
Nate, would we have any
I don't wanna-
indication of how long ago this battle happened?
Like in the last day or two, probably.
Oh.
It's not been long.
So
These are
yeah.
fresh bodies.
Yeah, there is a good chance that they're waiting to send out a scouting party to come claim up their dead. Maybe we should only put the cats on the funeral pyre, and then we save the others for after we've confirmed that they're not good people that should be given proper burials. We can bury all the cats.
so we're picking based on like their species. That makes sense. I just wanted to clarify. We're being speciesist. Okay, great.
To
So-
clarify above table, it is not speciesist, it's that in the game the cats are evil. So we would have no reason to side with the cats. In game, maybe it is,
Yeah.
but above table, that's why.
Sure.
Hey, maybe you guys want us to deal with the cats.
No, I don't want to deal with no cats.
No.
Anyway, we're in Kettlebrook.
Oh,
So
look
yeah,
at
I guess 4 hours and one bonfire of dead bodies later.
Specifically the cats.
So
Apparently,
you did specifically just do cats? You decided that?
I
You're the
I
one
guess
making
so.
the fire here.
I put down that I was an arsonist, and I was like, I don't know. In games, I like to. But that was actually about to get weird. I almost said in games I like to burn bodies. I was thinking specifically.
That's really weird.
listen.
Go on.
I'm digging a grave and burning
Ash, keep
bodies.
going. Ash,
I'm-
keep going. Also,
I'm
chat
done.
clip if you need to save anything.
Put that Ash with us on the character sheet.
Ash, could you roll me 2d6 plus your luck?
Oh, jeez. 6.
So, I think with a 6, you decide, fuck it, I'm just gonna burn all the bodies. And
Okay.
make a real big fire. This lasts most of the afternoon, I think, probably at this point. You guys are cleaning hundreds of swords to sell and burning hundreds of bodies. And I think as the sun begins to set, you have not entered town with this giant bonfire of bodies. You just hear in the background, "My husband, no! I was going to bury him in his finest armor, and we were going to do a whole ritual with it. It was gonna be beautiful. But now he's nothing but ash. Why?"
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being Ash.
It's actually quite easier to bury. We can give you your husband in this
That's
urn here, and
really-
you can bury it easier.
But that's like against my religious beliefs.
Look
I
look me
wanted
in the
to
eye and
bury
tell me
him.
that it's messed up to be Ash.
It's messed up to be ash. I prefer ashlands.
Ouch.
I can't.
My mortal enemy, the Ashlings.
As you see,
Mel,
this
welcome to the channel.
weeping-
It's never anything like this.
I don't know.
Uh,
They've seen gay
Oh.
fairies.
Gay Fury is a special thing. Mika
It's
does a lot
like
with
this
Gay
when
Fury.
Sean doesn't run games.
That's the balance. I break everyone, and then I bring in guest GMs to lighten the mood a bit, so that the community
Yeah.
stays around, and then I go back to breaking everyone, and then I bring in a guest to lighten the mood a little bit.
I like that we started with this war and somehow got to arson. But if we're in town, Nate, I do have a question. Is this considered a new clearing?
Yes, you are entering a new clearing right now.
Awesome. I would like to, at least being the Raconteur, they start playing a little music and they have adoring fans. So when they first enter a clearing, I can roll with charm and see if fans recognize me.
Cute.
Oh, please do.
Is there a way to give a help action in this game?
Yes, right?
I think so.
I'm looking at the moves. Help or interfere.
Yes.
You can mark exhaustion to add +1 or -2.
Not exhausting
After
myself for
rolling.
their benefit. I was just gonna be like, I have a fancy dress, but not a point of exhaustion.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna help, and I'm gonna pretend to be a fan to add to the like thing. So, being like, "Oh my goodness, it's Fig!" Oh,
So you're both
Yeah.
walking out of a cloud of corpse smoke.
Yes, both clearly smelling of smoke.
And it looks awesome. But also you just tried to
Wow.
gaslight a lady into saying it's okay that you burned her husband's body.
I
you're
did no such
gonna
thing.
admit it.
Fig is a rock star.
Oh my god, what are Fig's fans named?
I don't know.
Figlings.
That's
Figments.
Pigments?
Figments is good.
Figments is good. What does a help action do?
Someone
add to
can
1 + 1?
exhaust themselves to give you a +1.
Okay, that makes it a 10. So on a hit, a fan recognizes you, they relate gossip, offer a place to stay, and show your band around. On a 10 plus, your fan will even go further to help you. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you decide. What kind of animal is this fan?
A beaver.
Oh my god! Is that Fig? The most incredible,
It's
incredible flautist in all
everybody
the woodland.
give him space.
Hello
Yes,
there. They call me Tom. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Tim? Sir? Tom.
Tom, yes, Tom.
My uncle's name is Tom. I should have known you look like so cool. How's it going?
I'm just a huge fan. Do you like?
Yeah.
Are you staying here? Are you going to be performing a show?
Well, I try to put a show on every town we go to, every chance we can get,
Yeah.
but gotta find a place to stay, do a little thing. We kind of need some help, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, you could stay with me. I've been staying at the Lizard Cult recently. Just like we got like a big tent. We kind of do parties and stuff. It's been really cool. Except for most lizards dying the other day. But like other than that, it's been really fun and like really cool. I also have a house, but like there's not usually people there, so I wanted to hang out in the cult tent.
Oh, I like the cult tent. There beds for all of us, or food, or what's the drink situation like?
We got like lots of hay. You can sleep on hay.
That doesn't really do a lot for my vocal cords. I gotta sleep in a little plush little bed sometimes.
No, of course. I don't really have a plush bed, but like I could like carry you maybe, and you can just like sleep on my belly, and yes. Hello there.
Hey.
I'm Tom.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't think Fig should be held or carried or anything by you. But maybe somebody who has nicer beds and you could hook us up with something like that, or yeah, maybe something that's not you holding.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize y'all were
He does like to
partners.
cuddle, and they do let me be the blow spoon, so it's really nice.
That's very adorable. I did not mean to come
Oh,
in
well,
between.
we're just, it's like, we're
Yeah,
it's, mm,
yeah.
mm,
It's
Yeah.
very endearing when the two of them snuggle of an evening. Very endearing.
it's for warmth and like comfort.
Yeah, sometimes there's only one
Yes,
bed.
and
Hold on,
also
man,
love. I totally get you. I am on that page. Me and my friend Craig do that all the time. Anyway,
Are you also
if you're
roommates?
not, yeah. Well, that's what history says.
Yeah.
Hugging the homies, cuddling.
Hugging the homies, never
Yeah,
getting
sometimes
married.
give him a
and just
forehead
being
kiss. It
really
works.
close friends, but platonically, right? Only platonically is definitely. No, it's not platonic, though. I won't lie to you. But I love his little otter ass. Anyway. You wanted nice beds. Anyway, so you can talk to probably like Lady Pretty Paws. She's
Oh.
like the richest person in town, so probably has the nicest bed. I would say most of the Marquis de Cat have probably better beds than most other people here. And then there's Tom the otter. Not me, Tom. I'm a different Tom. I'm a beaver, as you can see by the teeth and the bigger size than otters. Anyway,
It's not
yeah,
all
Tom,
about size, Tom. Just say.
How you use them?
you remind me a lot of Craig.
Do we, as a town, like Marquis Pretty Paws, or if she were to be disposed, would people be sad?
Well, I personally would not be super sad. The town's pretty split, some people like her, some people don't. I'm kind of in with the lizard cult, so we're kind of against that because they just murdered a bunch of us. A lot of my
Yeah.
friends died. They were
Yeah.
fighting.
Well, luckily
I
you'll
was
get a
sick
free
that
ticket
day.
to tonight's show.
That's good.
That's your prize for winning. Is that
Just
you get to
one
see-
ticket, or can I bring Craig as well?
We always gotta bring our friends. So yeah. Just tell them, we talked.
Oh my god, 2 free tickets. This is crazy.
Tom Beaver, would you say that you were the victor of the terrible battle that took place outside this village's walls? Or would you say that you were perhaps bested by the Marquis de Cat?
Well, I would say, realistically, our entire army was wiped out and brought down, whereas the cats still kind of rule the clearing. So, kind of a tie. There's not too much of us left. Only a couple lizards remain. They're really cool guys. You should meet them. But we still got plans. We're up and at 'em, and with it, as the kids say.
Yes, well, the power of the faithful cannot be underestimated.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I heard that the birds are marching in. They were over on the other side of the. I don't know if you guys walked past the fire side or the eerie side, but yeah, there's a
Has the
giant fire.
fireside
Just
always
no,
been
just
called the
keep on
fireside, or
talking.
did we just rename that due to reason circumstances?
I was just kind of referring to it because you wouldn't probably understand moss or not moss, which is how I usually refer to the town sides. I thought you lot seemed like you'd be confused. But most newcomers are like, "What does moss mean?" And I'm like, "Well, there's this one rock, and it has moss on this side and no moss on that side." And so townsfolk generally refer to things as mosswood and anti-moss.
So just to clarify though, there has been fires in the past, or the fire side is an entirely new development that
I
you
mean,
have to
as
be
big
introduced
as that one that's still going on right there, that
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see like from town here. No, that's
Mm.
not
Ah.
not a regular occurrence. That's quite crazy. I'm a little scared, to be honest. We're in
It should die down soon.
woodland.
I mean, I don't really
Yeah.
know.
It's a big
A lot of
forest
things did die down in
fire.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, luckily the fire was really well done, and it seems like it's not going to spread or anything because whoever did it really knew what they were doing and probably handles fire a lot. So, not
Oh,
that
you're
I would
saying
know.
that like you're like really close to the person who did it, and you're a big fan. Do you
Well,
know
we
who
went
did that?
past it, and I can appreciate fire. So,
That's nice.
yeah, you gotta look on
Don't
the
really see
bright
it, yeah.
side.
I like you. What's
And
your
now you've got a
name
bright side of town.
Mosswood, Brightwood. This is going places.
See, doing great already.
You
You're
should lead this
good
town.
cats. I mean, good people. I didn't mean cats as a slur there. I just meant it as like a.
This has come
Anyway.
up multiple times, apparently. Specifically cats.
Well, yeah, when
Species.
one type of people come in, declare they own your land, and then just start building things and being like, we're actually making your world better. The locals tend to not like that. That's just kind of how things work with invading foreign forces.
Gosh, does that happen? That sounds really messed up.
Yes, it does. Quite often.
I don't think anyone in history has ever done that before.
It's probably pretty new, but, they're colonizing? I don't know.
That's why Fig here is trying to sing as much as I can so everyone can know what's happening out there.
And you do have the most lovely voice. That's how this
Thank you.
conversation started. I'm a fan of yours.
Indeed.
Yeah, you forgot that. You want an autograph?
I do. Could you sign my nipple?
Yeah.
No. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. It might go away after you, you know what? Come back to another show.
I'm
I'll
just going to
sign
get
it
it
again.
tattooed.
Smart.
Use
There we
this
go.
as kind of like
Big and bold.
that's beautiful.
That might have went all through across your chest. Maybe Craig will like that. Yeah.
Craig's a big fan too, so he'll probably love it.
I love that.
Do beavers?
Ash, not the
Not
time.
thinking about it.
Not the
They're
time.
I'm
They're
Redcap
really
was doing
tempted to
animal
Google
vaccine
it.
checks, so Redcap, let us know, please.
They're mammals. They have some kind of nipple. Probably not like a human-looking nipple, but
Yeah, keep going.
it's probably
Don't
like
worry,
lower
I'll
on the
Google
body.
it and add
like
it to
an
my weird
Udder
Googles.
meets a nipple is what I would assume.
I already
Uh-huh.
I love this group already. This is so much fun.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do? You're in town. You're talking to Tom the Beaver. If you want a nice bed, you could talk to some of the cats. If you want to go to the other side of town, you can talk to some of the Eerie. There's the lizard cult and the giant tent. And then you can just talk to random denizens.
I know that I talk a big talk about having a nice little bed, but if I have to talk to colonizers, well, that's a no for me and for my fans. So, I don't mind cuddling with Muffin on some hay.
Yeah, I don't either.
I would like to take the cats down a peg, but also they said that the birds are on the other side, and you know my history with them, so I'd also like to take them down a peg. I would like to just make sure that everybody that's ever wronged us is down a peg before we leave this town.
Yeah, I like your style.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should check in with the lizard folk that remain. They may require some protection or perhaps have some information.
Good plan.
Yes. The
Should we
tents.
bring them their bodies, or should we just tell them they can acquire the ash later in the day?
Oh, it's very likely we have a good amount of their swords in our possession.
Yeah, we'll say that we came to restock their wares and that we're here on their behalf to give them more armaments.
Don't worry, I scratched off any names that were written on some of the weapons because, like, that just I feel like it hurts the resale value, so I just kind of scuffed that right off. You know.
Flashback to the one that was like, "My dear Ernest, I hope you find your way back to me."
Oh no!
Man, this engravement's deep.
Man, somebody really cared about this person.
Ooh. This game is
Little
wild.
raccoon with a file sitting in front of like a 40-foot tall bonfire.
I thought this was gonna be a cute game where we played as quirky little woodland animals,
No.
but you know what?
It is.
I'm leaning into it.
There's just a
Yeah.
big war happening.
Yeah.
There's just a body fire. There's just scraping off. There's like a
will say this.
mourning wife.
I will say this, Ash. You did bring the body fire. The game has a body fire in now because.
You know, as soon as the game started and all of a sudden it's described and there's just bodies, I was like, okay, I see where this is going. I'm leaning into it. So
Yeah,
then,
the
yes,
history
next
books
up.
will have the first page, Muffin, the raccoon.
It's like, I have played the board game several times. I guess I've just never really imagined it from the animals' perspectives. Because, like, the board game is cute and fun. It's like, oh, I'm moving my little meeples around. Look, there's more birds now. I guess if you are the birds in context, you are watching your friends die every time you enter an arena. Yeah.
I'm just that Elmo gif, by the way. The
Yeah.
one with the fire.
That's what I'm. First page. That's what I literally imagine Muffin.
That's what I imagine every time someone says they want to play a scoundrel.
Yeah, I think you actually called that.
The arsonist is the way to go. Who doesn't want to burn stuff?
Like bodies.
I wasn't expecting that. I'll be honest with you.
What-
It was the first
There-
thing you gave me. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
My
I
bad.
guess a corpse field. I'm sorry, we went weird with it. Reginald, would you
I
like
thought
to
you'd
be
be
the
normal.
one would you like to do the introductions to the
Rhubarb?
lizard cults? Because fucking rhubarb, yes. I said it right the first time and then Nate talked
Somebody
over me and I had to
clip
restart.
Can we have
Rhubarb,
it
would you like to
be-
be the introduction to the lizard cult? As I feel like the rest of us might take it a little wrong.
It should be canon that you always call them the wrong name. Like it's in game at this point. And it's like, who is Reginald? And why?
It's like that was the name I saw it on your mailbox wrong or something and never corrected it when I went to live with you.
Yeah.
I even have it written down. It's written down, but it's in my head because I learned it and then it won't leave my head.
Yeah, you're allowed to call me
Rhubarb.
Reginald. Nobody
Yes.
else.
Fig, you have, I believe, a connection with the lizard folk from your past.
I feel like Maz, you said that earlier, but maybe I'm making this up. I don't want to like force you into a relationship with the lizard cult.
No, do it.
No, you do not.
No, I wrote them down as someone favorable.
Okay.
And I do
Yeah.
have a +1 to the lizard cult, so they should like us in general.
Okay.
You're all friendly with the cult.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can be a little intimidating when it comes to religious organizations of whom I am not in the employ.
But I will walk over there because I think Rhubarb still wants to meet them, even though he's
Actually,
Yeah.
yes. Tom Beaver, where would we find your kinsman?
Right, yeah. Come on this way. I'll show you around. Does anyone want to be carried or chauffeured? I can
I can be
pull like
carried.
a wagon.
I begin
Oh.
to try to pick up Fig the moment that you say that. I'm just like,
They just start playing on their flute just to be like, let's go. This is the way.
My sword is a little heavy. Do you have a wagon I can put my sword in and carry it behind me?
That is a massive sword. It's like 3 times your size.
I know, but I
Let
learned
me
how to use
say.
it masterfully today. Would you
Oh,
like to
that's
see?
wonderful. Yeah, please show me.
You're the only one around I can attack, but maybe if you have training dummies at the camp, I can show you there. Because you seem really nice, Tom, and I don't want to hurt you with my very well-trained Zweihander.
That's so sweet. I am very nice. Let's go, everyone. Tom will lead you towards a giant tent of different tapestries. Most of them showing images of lizards praying to a giant dragon. But dragons in this world are weird. They're not necessarily dragons so much as large animals. So most of these look like just giant lizards. There are some that look like stags. Yeah, and just giant woodland beasts that they would pray to and sacrifice ritualistically to. So as you enter the giant tent, there is a large fire in the center. There is bead walls all over the place. You see, it's fairly empty for how large this tent is. But standing right near the front behind a table is this little bunny with big robes that are way too big for him. And as you enter, they perk up. Well, hello there, everyone. I am Samwise, and I will be your acolyte for the evening. I am here to show you how to worship the great dragon.
No.
No?
What? I was
No?
just talking aloud.
Yes, that's how most talk.
Yeah. We're not really the best at worship, but we are quite good at helping people. We wanted to help rearm your forces, so we brought you these gifts entirely out of the kindness of our hearts.
Oh my god,
But
that's
also,
so
if you could pay
sweet.
us a small medium for them, we wouldn't disappreciate it, because it allows us to continue doing charity work, and as you know, the Great Dragon admires charity.
You're sounding an awful lot like an otter right there. You work
What?
for the Riverfolk Company?
Oh no. No. They're rude. They steal from us.
Okay, but you grabbed a bunch of swords from somewhere, possibly
We forged them
outside of
ourselves.
this city.
No, we
'Cause a
forged
lot
these
of those.
ourselves.
Okay.
You can tell from
Okay.
our fine craftsmanship.
You want to trick an NPC?
Yeah, I would love to trick an NPC. Because I have above it all, when you trick an NPC into granting you access information or pretending to do something, you roll with charm instead of cunning. So I would love to roll with charm.
Go Chad.
I love it.
That is a 12 total.
A 12 total is a
Huh?
total success.
Huh.
What does that mean
see,
for tricking NPC?
Federal Rhubarb is an amazing craftsmith.
All right, how much you want it for? I'll give you 3 potatoes.
Is that a fair going price in this world?
Nah, it's not. It's not.
I'll give you 500 potatoes.
That sounds far more reasonable, yes. We will take 500 potatoes and a tiny wagon to carry 500 potatoes and my Zweihander.
Okay, if you're gonna get the wagon, I'll give you 58 potatoes and a wagon.
wait, are
Looks at the
potatoes
party.
the currency?
I'm sorry.
It's the currency to this man.
Did we just get a wagon? I don't think they know what to sell, so I feel like we could ask for anything.
Anything?
But what do you want? I'll give you my friend Jimmy. He's a
don't want
really good
friends.
cook.
You're giving up your friend Jimmy? How many potatoes is Jimmy worth?
Muffin cooks for us anyway, and they cook really well.
I was asking about getting Jimmy back from the cult the other day, and they said he was worth like 18 potatoes.
But aren't you the
Jimmy
cult?
should be worth at least 19 potatoes. That's messed up.
I agree. He's a great cook. Should be worth many potatoes. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Well, you said that you
Beautiful
wanted to get
bird
19
there.
potatoes to get your friend Jimmy back from the cult, but you are the cult, so how are you getting Jimmy back
Okay,
from?
well, so we're like a branch of the cult here. Usually only lizards allowed to acolyte, but things have been rough here, and so I've been promoted. But then they took Jimmy with them as they went on a voyage to outside the town.
And was that about 2 days ago?
Yeah, they said they needed him for a ritual.
Not a war sort of thing. You've heard from Jimmy in the last 2 days?
No, what
Oh, I bet he's fine.
What do you know? I've been bookkeeping here for a little while.
All I know is that 900 potatoes and a wagon is a great going price for all of these swords.
900?
Did Jimmy
How
have
many
a,
potatoes do you think I can do?
Did Jimmy have
You
like
offered
a
900 earlier.
weapon that was marked with any names or anything on it, like anything engraved? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it was a very deep engraving. It said James W. Smith, the third of his name, a famed warrior and a great friend. We will always love you.
This is a really
Your
long
family.
engraving.
Yeah, it goes on both sides of the sword.
I'd imagine
Is
it
this
took
all
about
the way around? This is a
15
whole
minutes
letter.
to scrub off a sword,
Starts at the
probably.
hilt on one side, goes all
It's
the
like
way
your
to the
dearest
hilt, and
family
you
will
flip it
always
over.
love you. Like
Please return to Mabel.
has the street name on it, all that.
Yeah, how do you know?
Oh, I was just, that would be crazy. That's what I do with my spork.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
His sword actually looks a lot like that one you guys have. Maybe you got it from the same manufacturer.
No, Reginald made this Zweihander for me. Like I said, they're an amazing craftsperson.
Who's Reginald?
Rhubarb, my friend here. They also go by Reginald, but only to me. It's a secret. We live
Oh, that's
together and we are
adorable.
family.
Rhubarb
Oh,
P.
you're
Badger
like a
at
big
your
couple.
service.
Rhubarb P. Badger. It doesn't matter what your names are. So what can I do for you? You wanted to sell me swords, I guess. Is that it?
But we also kind of wanted to see if we could help you in overthrowing bad colonizers. But if you're not the person we should be talking to, perhaps you can point us in the direction of the one we should be talking to.
Yeah, we want to help you guys out, but we do need all your potatoes.
And a wagon.
I'm hungry.
For sure.
And a
I
wagon.
can-
The wagon will help us get there real fast.
Yeah, if you want to take a seat, I can get salami. That's my boss.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that was like an offer in addition to potatoes. I was very confused for a minute, and then it made me question the whole, like, do we eat animals?
What, you're all named after food and you think it's weird for someone else to be named after food?
You don't know our names. You don't know where they came
Wait,
from.
do you eat salami? How does this work in this world? Do we eat animals? I guess,
Yeah, humans are animals. Why wouldn't other animals eat animals?
for some reason it
At
seems
least Big would
weirder.
just be like, Muffin, let's talk to Salami. Here, relax. A lot of the burning, it causes you stress. I know. Let me get you let me help you with this. And they just put
Could
like a cold towel. It's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
And now I'm choking. Both in game and out.
Could I offer you some tea?
The salami.
Okay, yeah, I'll go get her. You all just wait here. Don't steal my potatoes until
We
I
would
get
never
back.
steal. It's morally wrong to steal.
Okay, so
Before they leave, I ask very casually,
How long do you think it's gonna take for you to get salami?
I mean, she's just right in the back room. It's
Oh.
just like kind of like a thing of like I should go get them. You're not just gonna walk back there because that's kind of rude.
Oh, so like 30 seconds or something, give or take.
I mean, depending on if they're busy, it might take a couple minutes, but I don't know.
Oh, okay,
Why-
yeah.
What do you? Why?
Cause like we're super busy. We just came into town and stuff. I mean, it makes
Yeah, I
sense.
got
I
a
just
show.
yeah.
You're both very kind and also very sketchy in the way you speak.
Thank you.
Aren't all new people
You're
in town,
welcome.
like just a...
Bye, everyone. I'll be
Okay.
back, maybe.
Goodbye, Samwise. Enjoy your day.
I want to steal things.
Yep. Steal things.
Is there anything
Also,
noticeably
I need you all to
worth
know
anything?
the way we're playing this game. I did change my tag from loyal to chaos. I could not possibly play the next 2 sessions with the loyalty tag here.
This isn't chaotic. What are you guys talking about?
We just had a cute little body fire.
Yeah, such warmth.
Also, we're
We're
the
talking
Rootin
about-
Hood, so
Yeah, animal
chaos makes sense.
cannibalism, despite the fact that cats eat birds, so it's perfectly fine.
That's fine.
Rhubarb
I
is
think-
a predator animal. Like badgers are predators.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like Reginald is because of a war,
I
and
feel like Humas?
Reginald is no, the you giving them Reginald is because of like
Oh,
them fighting in the background. Like we don't
Mm.
know, but anytime you say it, Fig is like, "Whoa, Rhubarb is a great warrior. Should I be calling them Reginald too?"
No, thank you.
And they
No, I
hear
think
that and
they
they're like,
prefer
"Ooh,
rhubarb."
okay."
Yeah. The burrow of rabbits that lived there before they moved in had a Reginald, and when I found them, they had yet to clear out the warren, and so I assumed Reginald also lived there. But Reginald had been long eaten, as badgers tend to go into warrens of rabbits and consume them and then steal their homes. That is why I am often mistaking rhubarb for Reginald.
Wow.
Oh my god, so cute.
Badger lore here.
I know.
Ash, could you attempt a roguish feat? That is plus your finesse. 2d6 plus your finesse.
0 plus that. Oh, 7.
On a 7, mark exhaustion or 1 risk of your feat. GM's choice comes to bear. When you attempt a roguish feat you are not skilled in, you are trusting fate. So the risks of sleight of hand would be to draw unwanted attention, leave evidence, or get a weak result. Would you like to mark exhaustion or risk one of those?
Do I get to choose which one of those, or is that up to
I
you?
get to choose.
Ooh, okay. I'll take the exhaustion.
Okay.
So now I
you
have
can mark
2 of
one
those.
in your exhaustion check. Oh yeah, you do have 2 of those now.
Because I used up one of them to be like, woo! So that you would get an extra.
Should get the extra for the fan that you hated because they liked your partner.
Yeah. Also, I Googled that, by the way. Apparently they do. They do have, Anyway. So...
Nipples?
Wait, they do? Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's a
Well,
weird thing
mammals,
that's in
it
my
makes
Google
sense.
history now.
Ash, I put your art
Are
on
there any
stream.
mammals that don't have nipples? Anyway,
Platypuses don't have nipples.
they're not really mammals, though.
Those
Come on,
are-
we
You're
all
right.
know.
Those are aliens. So just,
Yeah.
they're like
They're-
weird little creatures.
But the way they lactate, pretty interesting.
Is it
Wait, where does it?
from their mouth? Where does it come from?
They Can I like save this for next session as like a thing?
No, I'm sorry.
No, they secrete the milk like it just like comes out of their skin, and then their babies crawl all over their tummy to lap it up.
Aw,
Ah,
I'm gonna have to make a platypus character now.
So that you can have babies? Never mind. Never mind.
That-
Won't go into that question. So anyway,
that's an episode 3 question, Ash.
You said it for an Australian accent.
is
though.
that where this is going?
We have a ladder of chaos to climb.
This
2 more
is.
weeks.
I got some wild plans for y'all. You're not
Yeah.
ready for it.
The body fire wasn't already like top tier now? That's it?
I had no idea that
I
was
think we
going to
set the
happen. I
bar.
just thought I was going to set you guys up to be like, what the fuck is happening with a bunch of dead bodies? And then you said, let me start a fire with them. And I said, oh yeah, I did say that you can play a scoundrel.
Cool.
So yeah, after after a few moments, out comes a
oh wait, did I get anything from that?
oh yeah, we
Stealing?
did we were doing that. That's what we were doing.
But you mark an exhaustion, right?
You
Yeah.
marked an exhaustion. You wanted to steal something. Was there anything in mind, like a religious like?
Probably something
Do you want like
shiny.
a painting? Do you want like a locket, a ring, maybe
A ring.
sword? Okay, a ring.
Mhm.
You see a beautiful golden ring that looks like a snake that wraps around your finger, and then like using the tail and the mouth, it like holds up this beautiful gemstone of your choice.
Okay. I pocket it. Do I have pockets?
Yeah, you have pants.
Huh.
I think.
Listen, up to you if you have pants.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a free spirit. I mean, I don't have pants. I don't know
Great
what's
inspiration of Winnie the Pooh.
Do raccoons not have like pockets in their
I know
body?
otters do. I know
Like
otters
otters
have like
and
armpit pockets.
kangaroos. I always imagine raccoons had pockets. I have never studied a raccoon up
I don't think
close,
they
though.
do. I just know that otters do.
Yeah, you're
I
probably
like
right.
the confusion
Wait, where is an otter pocket?
in
They
the
have armpit pockets. Yeah, they're adorable.
store
They hold
their
rocks and
favorite-
stuff.
Pebble in there. They choose a pebble in their life, and they're like, "This is my favorite stone," and then they store it in their armpit pocket. It's very cute.
And then they
Knew
use it as
had
like a
favorite
tool.
things. I just was like, oh, how do they hold on to it for so long? I did not know about the pockets.
Yeah.
This
More
is an
you know.
educational game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Learning a
anyway,
lot today, everyone.
What'd you say, Nate?
We're learning a lot today, everyone.
We're learning
Um,
this. We should submit this to the Discovery Channel. The first ever AP on the Discovery Channel because it's all animal facts.
oh yes, the great raccoon making body fires in the sunlight.
Classic raccoon.
Classic raccoon.
So anywho,
So yeah. After a few moments, you guys see your friend grab a pretty ring and pocket it in their armpit pockets that they have, even though they're not an otter. And then, oh, that's so cute. You're distracting me. So out comes a tall lizard with golden scales and a nice purple robe. Hello there. It is I, Salami, the head of this chapter of the dragon cult, the lizard cult. I have heard that you wish to fight our enemies. That is great because most of our warriors have died.
Yeah, over there, right? No, I'm sorry. What?
But
What? Well, so
Hello.
nice to meet you. And they do a bow.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, terribly sorry about all the casualties we've recently suffered. I do have one question. If we are to pursue this collaboration in our skills, is we've learned of Jimmy, who was recently taken into the care of the cult.
Yes.
He is of great importance to us, and I just don't want Jimmy to die. I care about him because we took his sword. And if his safety would be such a balm to us as we do our thing.
You talking about Jimmy the Fox? He's dead. He's super dead.
Just to clarify, Jimmy the Fox is also Jimmy the Cook, the world-renowned chef.
Yes, he was a delightful chef, but, we needed him to cast a special ritual to draw a monster that could kill all of the cats. Yeah, it didn't go well.
Jimmy.
Wait, weren't
So-
we gonna get sold, Jimmy? Because I thought we had that whole discussion on how many potatoes Jimmy is worth.
We were offered Jimmy.
We were trying
yes.
to save Jimmy.
I believe what Samwise was saying was that Samwise was trying to buy Jimmy back, but we were like, no, we needed Jimmy for the ritual. And he was like, how many potatoes is Jimmy gonna cost me? And we were like, I don't know, 18. And he was like, that's so steep. I don't have 18, potatoes.
He was going to give us like 500, but it just.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
500
important
potatoes?
part.
You think there's 500 potatoes in this town?
No. And they just like turn back to the group and to Rhubarb, who like, did they? Jimmy's gone.
Yes. Unfortunate.
I'll be fighting his name now.
How do we sing in his name? My goodness, I didn't think. I thought that's where we were going next. That solved everything. I mean, horribly. I didn't mean that. I'll be right back.
So you
Perhaps
guys want
we
to
should-
help us fight the cats? I got a
Is that
great
what-
plan.
Is that what Jimmy would have wanted?
100%. That's why he sacrificed his life.
I'm down to kill the cats.
Your plan,
Anyone else from
salami.
Regicide?
Look, we may be a cult. We don't sacrifice people unless they're willing to be sacrificed. Are their loved ones willing for them to be sacrificed? Usually not. But they are. And that's what's important, is consent.
So
Completely
this
agree on the
Jimmy
consent
Fox,
aspect.
He willingly gave himself to this ritual.
Yeah. Well,
Totally
the ritual got
his
fucked
idea.
up, so we were like, Jimmy, you're gonna fight in the battles as well. We thought he was just gonna die by the ritual. He didn't. Just kind of stood in the fire, didn't get burned. It was creepy, to be honest with you. And then he walked out. We were like, oh, that's really cool. He's been chosen by the dragon god. So Jimmy then led a platoon of us in the fight outside of town. You probably saw a lot of dead bodies out there.
Nope,
Those
none.
were-
Yep.
Really?
Jimmy, the
They're all gone.
became burned.
Wow.
They're all gone.
That's crazy.
Oh,
wonder
that's the body that just wouldn't burn no matter how much fire was on it. Oh.
Nope, all gone. We saw no bodies as we came into town. Ignore the bright side
anyway.
monument.
I got this great plan where we do another ritual to call forth a great dragon. We kinda got it to work the last time, almost, but the dragon was like really far away. So if we do another ritual, we can kind of draw it in closer, I think.
Yeah,
Like
what's
ringing
this
a
doing?
dinner bell. Well, I figured you would help me, like, set up the ritual, find someone to sacrifice, you know. I mean, I guess I could use Samwise.
No. Hold on. Team huddle. And then just do huddle again. So I wanted to help Samwise. They seem to have a fondness for Jimmy, and now I fear they don't know what's happened to their friend Jimmy, and possibly will crush their soul, and I will have to write a real sad ballad about it to deal with my feelings about all of this. Do we help this Salami?
The cultist plan seems a little indirect for our skills. If we are going to do a ritual to call a monster to bring it a little closer, perhaps we could just do something right here in this town where the cats are currently residing.
Yeah,
Bad yourself, Cherry.
I feel like summoning a dragon would just kind of like drag us down, you know?
It's good.
We
That's
are
really good
critters
wordplay
of
there. I like that.
action.
That shouldn't.
Wait, I didn't hear what you said. What you said?
That should. No. What did you say?
Oh, I said we're critters of action.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. What about you, Cherry?
I believe we could easily walk into the cat's house and hit them with his claymore and they'll die. I think it's a lot easier.
I do like that.
We could light the house on fire.
Oh my goodness.
We could light
Loving
the
it.
house on fire. Seal the exits
Ooh,
and then light the
I
house
know
on
I'm
fire.
not-
Yeah.
I know I'm not supposed to be eavesdropping. I do love the light the house on fire thing. We summon the dragon, it burns down their fortress. All the cats die. They burn in
So-
white hot flames.
What
Yes,
can
the
we do
dragon.
in place of a person to summon this dragon?
Salami.
Oh, no, it only works with a person, preferably a bunny.
No.
I believe
You could find me a bunny who's like really believes in the dragon god.
No.
Too much work.
I guess not
I got a show to
Samwise.
do.
I believe that the dragon may have appeared to you not in the form you were expecting, as is so often the case with blessings in disguise. This raccoon possesses all of the skills which you seek.
Oh my god, are you a dragon?
Yes.
Quick, breathe fire.
Oh,
Can I
don't wanna
light a
waste time.
match?
Trick an NPC.
Yeah, can
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
do
yeah,
a
yeah.
thing? Be like,
I'll help.
100%. Roll
Exhaustion.
plus cunning is the word used in this game. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll send you an exhaustion too. Can we stack exhaustions? Does it help?
100%.
Awesome. That's
Ooh.
+2.
okay, so I want to use my it's a distraction ability to be able to make it so that it's luck instead of cunning. And so I have to distract them, so I'm just going to like be like, okay, and I'm gonna make a big scene out of it and be like, I gotta prepare myself, you know, I'm in a different shape right now, and then I'm gonna like knock something over so that they're distracted and then be able to do whatever I need to do to like make a fire. But I don't know what I have to do with distraction.
That would be for sure Fig, because they have this really fancy cape. Like, and so they just do a big sweep.
What a team. Makes sense. I see why you guys have been partners for so long.
What team? Okay, so I think that just makes it so I can use luck instead of cunning.
Okay, that works for me. Give me your roll. And then, so what are you doing? I'm assuming taking a swig of alcohol and lighting a match and
Doing
breathing
classic,
fire?
like being thing, yeah. You know, as raccoons normally do. Okay, that's better than what it has been because I keep rolling really low numbers. Okay, +2. What is math? 11.
An 11 is a full success. Could you explain to me what this looks like? What you're doing to prove your dragon heritage?
Okay. Ooh, I think what it would be is Fig does the swooshy with the cape and then knocks some stuff down. And the moment that they're doing that, then I'm gonna be like, and I chug alcohol in that moment that they don't see, and then light a match, and I hold the match in my little raccoon hands, but I'm doing it like this. So then all they see is me going, and I'm just gonna breathe fire, and then I'm gonna just pocket the match wherever I have pockets, not in my armpits like an otter. And and then I'm gonna be like, fire.
OMG. That was incredible! If I had hairs, they would be standing up on my arm or burnt off, one of the two. Holy crap. Can I get your autograph?
Yeah, dragons don't do autographs.
Can I add to your horde?
Yes.
Would you like a ring? I have this really cool snake ring somewhere.
You mean
Actually, we would
this
prefer...
ring?
Oh my god, you are a dragon!
It's a dragon thing. What can I say?
Oh my god, that's yours. Please take it.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
incredible. So, okay, you guys already have a dragon. We already summoned a dragon that's a couple miles out of town. That's cool. We have 2 dragons now.
Well, I guess the next step is to bar the doors and windows and then set the house on fire.
Oh, excellent
Yeah.
plan, Mademoiselle Cherry.
Do you
Oh my
remember
God,
when we
yeah.
read the ballad of Ye Alice in the Wonderful Land?
Oh, yes.
Yes, the lizards there were also quite adept at burning people's houses down and hoping that the monsters inside would die. So really, we're using the lizard text cults for our way of approaching. We must thank you, lizard cult, for this information.
You're welcome. I'm really excited to see how you dragon. Can you fly as well? Do
Oh,
you have hidden wings?
not in this form, but like, you know,
Oh my god, you're a
do
dragon, of
dragon
course
things.
you'd shapeshift.
Yeah,
Duh.
dragons.
So stupid. I'm freaking out a little bit here right now. Okay, so we go to the fortress. You guys light everything on fire, which is great because everything's built out of wood. And then what? We behead Lady Putty Paws in front of the entire town and take it over for the church.
Yeah, that sounds great. Afterwards, we'll go in and claim any precious metals or gems that survived the fire, as they're the only things of value, and then we'll move on.
Yes, we'll leave it into your capable hands. Now, I don't want to forget about the concert.
Very true.
I will make time.
Hey, would
Someone
you
will
like the
start
burning
for me, and
fortress
then I'll
as
be
your background?
fashionably late.
Yes.
It's just like 25 people in the village square facing the other way. Just
As the
waiting.
fortress burns behind them.
Drop.
Cool.
Fake, fake, fake.
Nate, let me know if you ever want a break.
I was just gonna ask that if y'all wanted
Yeah.
to take a break.
We
Oh,
can
God.
head to break. During the break, for everyone who is new to chat since we started talking, there'll be a QR code to vote for the Crit Awards for this year, in which you can go and vote for a lot of amazing people, such as friend of the channel Spunky Taylor, friend of the channel Brother Keon, friend of the channel Meadowlark Games / How Do You Love Darlin, So many friends of the channel all nominated this year, and we honor all of them, but especially important, me. And all of the other people here. Go vote for Help Action Needed under Best Upcoming Podcast, and also Starcrawl RPG under Best Upcoming YouTube. And we will see you all on the other side. Have a good break, friends. Bye. And we're back. Things are normal.
Yeah.
Nothing weird has happened. There's been no strange animal discussions. There's been nothing that little animal guys shouldn't be doing. Anyway, Nate, your game.
Yeah. So, y'all have just convinced the lizard cult that one of you is a dragon. They have agreed to let you take the lead on burning down the fortress that the Marquis de Cat have taken roost in. And they have offered you some supplies. So if y'all want to add just some like explosives to your packs.
Look at these Lizzies. Got
Any
stuff.
like kind of fancy armor that you would want that's like ritualistic armor that's not super useful but looks really pretty. You would be offered that. You would be offered kind of whatever you want if you guys have any ideas other than explosive that you want to get this job done.
Okay. Arson question. Do we need to get into this building in any way, or are we going to do everything from the outside?
I think it would work better if you started the fire from inside.
Great. So maybe some like lock picks or some like
I feel like you would all have lock picks as like, you know, roguish characters.
oh sure.
I feel like that's something that y'all can just roll for at any time. Trying to pick locks is very on brand
Is
for a
there a
vagabond.
crawl space to this building?
It has a chimney.
And this
Made
would be
of
like
wood.
one of the like buildings that the Marquis built out of like just the wood that they cut down and then like built it up. So it's probably like a
Yep,
really,
they've built like a fort in the center of town, pretty much. That's like the largest building in town. You can see
and
here.
how good are they at like digging down and building a foundation for their houses? Or do they just
Oh,
kind of
are
like
we
build it
digging?
and go?
You're trying to dig under the building?
Well, if they
I
don't have a
love
good
that
foundation,
idea.
we could
They
dig
have a
under,
terrible
or we could easily just
foundation.
kind of like push it over. Cool. If they have a terrible foundation, Rhubarb, that was you, not me. Rhubarb, you have been quite good in the past at burrowing out and digging. Perhaps you could be the one to take a lead on the way in before our great dragon sets the place ablaze.
Oh, yes, it would be an honor to lead the charge. And Mademoiselle Cherry, will you take to the air as you are so good at?
Yes,
Didn't
I
come up
have
with
been known to be
anything
good at sky. I can gladly take to the air and give us an aerial advantage. No one will
Oh,
see me and my
that's a
sword
great
coming from miles
idea.
away.
We could work with the eerie folk who have come to town.
No.
Oh, but
They
you're
are
a bird.
usurpers.
Mm.
They're usurpers. They are idiots masquerading as aristocracy. They are
Don't usually
awful.
Bring that up.
I mean,
the
everybody knows
king
all of
rule.
those things, but like, come on.
I know. That's why we don't engage with them.
Oh my god, were you a prince at one point? Were you part of the Erie dynasties and then like you were like taken out and kicked out?
Yes.
Oh my, wait, really? That's so cool.
Yes. Simply because I pointed out, maybe it's not the best strategy to any time one mild inconvenience fails, we overthrow the entire monarchy. But no, it's central to the mechanics of how we work. The second you can't achieve something in one turn, you need to overthrow everybody you have and restart from the ground, which does not make sense as a way to actually advance the story or natives or anything. But no, the birds are bird-brained and would not advance, and they want to listen to my ways. So not only shall we take out the Marquis de Chat, we shall also destroy the Erie dynasty, and I will once again rule in my rightful place as Empress of the Birds.
Oh, that's usually quick. The quick version. Wow, we usually hear the 5-minute one.
We also gotta hydrate.
Hydrate.
I just want to say real quick, as someone who loves the
Boba.
board game, that was hilarious. And watching Maz and Ash's reactions to what Sean was saying, as people that have not played the board game, was also hilarious.
I play the Erie Dynasty in the board game. It is my faction. And it's
They're
so
really
annoying
fun.
when you have like a perfect run going and then you're like, wait a minute, there's no rabbit turret. I can't invade rabbit because I've already beat all the rabbits and you have to start
Oh,
from
so
ground
you
zero.
were talking not just as your character, you were talking as a passion that you have as a player that you've
Yeah.
experienced this.
The way that Erie works is you need to like put out war commands and you can put out as many as you want, but if you don't achieve any of them, you have to restart. And there are some times that like you just can't achieve one because you've been doing so well, the win condition no longer exists on the board. And so even though your leader has perfected the Erie overthrow them because they can't continue to achieve perfection.
Oof.
It's
Just
incredible.
like
Yeah.
the New York Knicks, right?
A relatable sports reference to my TTRPG community.
You guys get it?
Yep.
No, Inari, that was a perfect joke. Please stay. Aristocracy.
Oh, air
aristocracy.
Yes.
Good.
Well done, Inari.
But yeah, we don't need the
So-
birds. The birds can stay over
Okay.
there.
Wow, you got really heated there for a second.
Fig, is this a situation where, well, everybody, do we want like some distraction, or is it better to just wait till everybody's asleep?
So, in my stories, it always seems like a distraction is best. And I feel like since I'm less of the doing the hard labor kind of person and, the face, I feel like we could have the show in the other side and call people all the way over there. While some of us go and start this little quote unquote fire.
What? Wait, would they all still be inside the house? Because I mean, who would want to miss your awesome show? So, like, who's to say they don't leave the house to see?
I'll sing real loud so everyone hears me.
Oh, you are very good at, carrying your voice.
Thank you.
Always liked
Thank
that
you.
about you.
Yeah, I try. I practice.
So we seal them in. There's a distraction, a beautiful, beautiful, lovely distraction, which is anyway. We seal them in, and then we blow them up with fire and explosives.
I like it.
Yeah. Are we putting some explosives underneath? So it sounded like you were wanting to crawl underneath. Maybe we could lay explosives, and then we could drop one down the chimney as well. Just cover all the grounds.
All the grounds. You think very much into this, don't you?
I really like fire and exploding things.
Yeah. I usually knock out whenever you're cuddling me. So is that what you do? Just sit there and think of all the different ways to blow stuff up?
Basically, yeah. I'm like, oh, if you were to just like take this section and then you were like, and then yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I say let's do all of that.
Very good. So during the concert, I shall use my burrowing skills to plant the explosives, and then perhaps later, under the cover of night, we detonate.
Good timing, cat.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the sound that the Marquis will be making.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was Goomba
was-
screaming because he's hungry. So that was him going, food!
I
love
thought it
the
was
Goomba
the cat
setup.
overlords being like food. From the palace.
It was. That's canon.
But I think we should start our infiltration mission.
I agree.
All right, do you want some like shovels, or
No.
how are you gonna dig Oh, whoa. Those are big paws.
That's our rhubarb.
I thought their name was Reginald.
You're
Who's
not allowed to
Reginald?
call them that. It's rhubarb.
Not to you, my good sir.
I'm a lady. Thank you very much.
My good lady.
All right. Well, now that you have corrected yourself, I will respect your wishes, Rhubarb.
Yes, now we've both made a mistake and apologized.
If we're both asses, nobody's an ass.
Are there donkeys here?
Oh, the donkeys are in the town over. Remember the
No,
whole
donkeys are
like,
too large an animal to be
Oh.
in route. This is a land for critters.
Got it.
The donkeys would be one of the dragons then.
Yeah, they're one of the
Mm-hmm.
mystical creatures.
Yeah.
My fellow dragons, the donkeys.
Yeah, I've seen Shrek.
Maybe.
That's how it works. It's just dragon breeding.
It all comes together. It all makes sense.
Everything
now.
goes back to Shrek.
Everything goes.
That's why they could have
So
children.
many
You know,
layers.
Yeah.
I always wondered how that
Like an
worked, but-
ogre and an onion.
Everything makes sense.
Mhm.
So with that, let's get your plan underway. So you have some explosives. You talked about dropping them from the sky and digging them under the dirt at the same time.
Okay, so I'm telling everybody. Okay, here's the plan. And I like draw and I scribble on a little piece of paper that apparently I have. And I'm like, okay, so you have the building, and to make a building collapse inward on itself to do maximum amount of explodey fiery damage, you're gonna want to lay the explosives around the foundation of the building. It creates a movement that cascades and causes the center to fold down like a house of cards that goes up in a beautiful flame. What was I saying? Oh, yes. And then to light match in the center of the cards, you put it down the weirdly wooden fireplace. Who designed that? I have no idea. Why would you make a fireplace out of wood? That is very weird. And so
Be
you
you, muffin.
put it there, and it's just
Yeah. Also, from the
Everybody
sky, I can just
game?
drop the dynamite down the
Well, if we're
fireplace.
lighting it later, you might need to
That's
put
a
it
good
like
point.
halfway down. So go in like Mission Impossible, whatever that is, style, and be like boop boop.
That's
boop,
my
boop.
favorite play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the vocals for that one.
You were ding ding ding.
Yeah. We'll drop it then. That we go down, light it, and then drop it. But I'll be sitting on it already, so that way we know it goes down and nobody gets imploded.
Hmm.
We only want explosions here, no implosions.
That's
That's
exploding
for later.
hearts for my music.
Yes. Good. This is good.
Make sure to run lines from all of the explosives out so that you can be away from said explosion. Trust me, you don't want to be near. You see this like weird bald spot I got over here? Yeah, that's from one time I made that mistake. Never again.
This is such a great plan. And they put their hand in and like, all right, time for our vagabond saying.
Lotion
We
up on three?
vagabonds.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yes.
Together. I guess I'm
We
saying
burn.
it wrong.
And we
We
leave.
burn. Yes.
Yes, so we vagabonds together we burn.
We vagabonds together we burn.
Woo!
Vagabonds, together we burn.
Hooray!
Good, very good.
Yeah, glad that was planned in advance.
whatnot. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can say it with us. We don't have
No.
officially
Oh,
run a
sorry.
crew yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow,
Also, who
made it
are
weird.
you?
That
I'm
made-
Samwise.
All right,
Oh,
we're
okay.
going to awkwardly walk away from you now.
Remember we talked earlier?
I'm already
You
walking
know,
away. I don't hear you anymore.
you didn't give us our 900 potatoes and our wagon, so we kind of dismissed you from our mind palaces. But maybe if we can fulfill your end of the bargain, we can reintroduce you.
Samwise, did you know the fate of Jimmy the Fox?
He disappeared. I was telling you about that earlier.
Do we tell him?
Well, since the body
Samwise,
never
come here,
burned, it should be
buddy.
an actually
Come
pretty
here.
easy retrieval.
So, Samwise, your friend Jimmy is not coming back.
Oh my god, did they use him in a ritual? Did they summon a dragon?
No.
That's
Survived that.
incredible.
No.
What?
Yeah. He
Nobody
survived that.
survives the ritual.
I have follow-up questions for that. What do you
Uh,
mean no one survives the ritual? He
Well,
did.
usually you get burned at the stake and then, something magic happens.
Okay, nothing magic happened, and then the what's his name? The salami. What's her name? They said they were unburnt. So this is also another bit of sadness. Come here, buddy. Come here. Huddle in
Wow,
close.
he's like a Christ-like figure, huh? Too bad he's dead.
Well, I'm glad
know
that I
I-
didn't have to walk you to that, but I'm glad you're here already at the, you
How do
you don't
the
bring a
animals
donkey
know
to
about
water.
Christ?
You can't make it drink, but
There's a Christ fig tree in somewhere.
don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
Is Fig
Yeah.
God?
I thank you, but
Where's this going?
Fig, are you directly descended from Jesus Christ? Of the Jesus Christ fig tree line?
I did hear he was a ferret. Anyway,
This stream is getting so blasphemous.
I didn't go to
You already
church.
know what's
Sue
happening
me.
with them, so now you know. We're going to go do some things now. But if you need any solace, you should come to the concert. I feel like my music is really healing, and I will give an ode out to Jimmy.
No free tickets though. It's 5 potatoes.
Yes.
damn, that's a
Let's
steep
do
price.
Tom or Craig. Tom and Craig get free tickets, but only to them, not to you.
Oh, what? Tommy Craig? Those fuckers?
I'm
They're big
sorry, what do you
fans.
have against Tom and Craig?
Nah, they owe me some money. Anyway.
They offered us housing, you offered us potatoes that you never delivered on.
We
All right,
still
you
have
asked for 900. That's a ridiculous amount. I'm not having this argument with you.
I suppose we could be upon our way to our dastardly deeds.
Yeah, we should be doing that.
Fig, I
Yeah.
do have a question. You've spoken a couple times about a concert. Is that a plan you had coming into town? Would
Yes.
people have known about it ahead of time? Or
Yes.
is this something? Okay.
Well, no. They probably, if this is a town they come return to, people would know about it, right? But if this is a new town, is it a new town? Is Kettlebrook a new town for us?
That's up to you as a player, as a person, how much you've traveled. This is kind of in
They
the
were
middle of the
interacting.
woodland.
Well, none
What
of
was
us
that, Sean?
knew Mossword and anti-Mossword.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As I say, imagine
still,
the way that we're
it's new.
interacting with everyone here, we don't have an intimate relationship that recurring with them.
Yeah, pretty much. They're the fans who've heard of them is they're using that to be there's a concert coming up.
Okay.
You have, it's happening. Tell your friends, your family, your neighbor's wife.
Can you roll me a charm roll to see how big a crowd you can draw?
Oh, I can.
Can I assist in that by saying I make advertising materials?
Ash, I don't think exhaustion goes away easily.
Until I
You
say
can also roll a charm roll to try and add to the crowd. Anyone in the party that wants to advertise may do so.
I'll
is
roll charm.
a 9.
Oh shit.
A 9.
A
Interesting.
10.
A 10. Interesting.
7.
8.
9, 10, 7, and 8.
Wait, did we do 7, 8, 9, 10?
We did. We
You
did
did.
do 7, 8,
Oh,
9,
that's
10.
cute.
So cute.
Yeah.
It is super cute. And because it's so cute, and also because none of you failed your roll, you're going to gather quite the crowd.
But hello, Kettlebrook. Just echoes.
You see in the front row, obviously, Tom and Craig holding hands, really excited, wearing some shirts with like a drawn picture of you that was clearly made today based off of what Tom remembered when he saw you. You see an older fox gentleman wearing all
father.
orange in support of the marquee, holding a some of the denizens they support holding a washboard. This is clearly a lover of music. You see Crazy Craig, a small bat that is just like fidgeting all around, like telling people crazy stories, and everyone's kind of ignoring them. You see a pelican and a crow in eerie regalia. You, Sean, would know these. Cherry would recognize these two figures. They're surrounded by a few other birds in eerie regalia, but they look like the highest up. They have like the nicest clothes, nice armor. It's very shiny. And you would recognize them as Strawberry the crow and Almond the pelican.
Stop it. Did any of y'all play
Strawberry
Chicory?
No, what's that?
It's a very cute video game where you play a little dog. And it's a whole world of critters, and every single one is named after a food. And I'm currently playing it with my kids right now. So between that and the Robin Hood cartoon, it's just a woodland. It's just a woodland wonderland.
I love it.
Okay, Strawberry.
Yeah, so you would recognize them from your time in the Eyrie. Strawberry is like the coolest cat in town kind of vibes. Pelican was pretty nice to you, but also, helped overthrow you when the winds turned that way. You also see a couple small squirrels, a couple of bunny families, and yeah, like a pretty hefty crowd. More animals that I just didn't name there. You see animals standing up.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Cherry, is you being seen by other Erie people bad for you?
I am exiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my plan upon seeing them was not going to be to engage them, but was going to... I'll do it in character. Fig and Fig, can I borrow some of your stage makeup glitter, perhaps, real quick? How's your Fig?
Say that one more time.
Could I perhaps have a bit of your stage glitter? It'll make the show better, trust me.
Don't share my stage. Fine.
Perfect. And Muffin, May I perhaps have a bit of your gunpowder?
Oh, I've got a lot. Yeah, you can have a little bit. As long as I can have some of your potatoes, because that seems to be the currency here for some reason.
Yeah, you can gladly have some, and I think you'll even enjoy what I'd like to do. I'm
Ooh.
gonna mix the gunpowder and the glitter together and do a little flyover of just the two of them and douse them in glitter to make it look like it's part of a show, but instead we're just dumping gunpowder on the two birds I hate.
Shit!
You're gonna have to roll for that.
Oh, 100%. That's fine.
I think that's a trust fate.
I
Unless
don't
you
know
can
what to do for
argue
that. Tell me what to do.
one of your roguish feats would be usable.
Oh, one second.
Sleight of hand, maybe? I don't know if you have that.
Is there a way I could do this in a charming way? Because it's pretty and I'm giving the crowd glitter presents?
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's 100%.
That
I
was
just
so
wanted to check,
flat.
as you have to ask.
I will let you charm your way out of a lot, flying
Yeah.
over someone and dumping glitter and gunpowder on them. I just don't think. I don't
That's
think
fair.
you're gonna talk your way out of
Do
that.
I add anything to Trust Fate? Or is it just a
That
roll?
is roll with luck.
Okay, that's better than my sleight of hand. So I'll roll with luck. I will trust fate. Come on, dice. Give me the sparkles. Yo! That is some sparkles.
Ooh.
Ooh, on a 10
Oh.
plus.
Well, that's a natural 12. Plus 1 for 13.
That doesn't matter. All you needed is a 10
Aw.
plus.
I wanted a
Uh,
crit.
There's no such
That's
thing.
fine. Okay. I just some of my other abilities do rely on me getting a 12, so I thought maybe this one would also rely on me.
Oh,
Getting
do
a
they
12.
really? That's cool.
Yeah. The one that if it ever gets used is gonna be really fucking funny, and I'll tell you guys it off screen, off stream. But yeah, no. Then I got a 13, which is higher than a 10.
Okay. On a 10 plus, fortune favors the bold. Your panache also earns you a fleeting opportunity. So, Trust Fate is doing something quite dangerous.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to say something bad does happen, which is you are going to get some of this gunpowder like stuck to your hands or wings or whatever you have. That you
That can
just
only go
cannot
well.
get away right now.
That's fine. That can only
And you
go well
probably
for later.
don't notice right now that it is stuck to your hands.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you do perfectly hit just the two of them.
Mhm.
Maybe a little bit of gunpowder sprinkles onto their subordinates.
Okay.
And it will earn you another opportunity.
Cool.
I think everyone sees this display of like floating glitter, and you just see Strawberry look up.
My word! It's incredible! This is quite the show!
And he gets all excited, speaks as this drops, gets a little bit in his mouth, and is like, and the entire crowd like kind of like agrees with that sentiment and gets really excited and starts cheering really loudly for Fig.
And then just as I land, goes back over to to Muffin. Yeah, so when we set the building ablaze, the sparks should catch them naturally, and if it doesn't, just make sure we drop a match or two in the area. The rest of the audience will be safe.
Wow, you're really wanting to light people on fire that like they're just like straight up. I mean, I know we're building like burning a whole building of people down and stuff, but like straight up, just like while they're out in the open and you see them and stuff. I like fire, but that's
They're bad
messed
people.
up.
And also, we don't know how long this might take. They might go back to their camp, in which case we have better luck.
I don't know what to say.
I learned it all from you.
Oh. I don't know if I should be like worried, proud, worried and proud. Oh. And I was just burning bodies earlier. This has been a day.
Both.
But don't worry,
That's how I
technically we won't
feel.
need to do anything because I imagine a spark from the building will probably catch them on their way out anyway. So it will never be traced back to us and nobody will know that we had involvement.
I like getting away with crimes.
And then I'll go over to Rhubarb. I'm ready to go whenever you need to infiltrate the tower.
Good. I think Rhubarb really wants to do this part by himself. The
Ooh,
like
yeah.
laying the charges. Just
So you stay here, enjoy the beautiful music, let it fortify your spirit of rebellion.
Oh, it's already quite fortified, but yes, I'll stay here. If you
And,
need help, just call out.
So, okay. Question. So we are all woodland creatures.
Mhm.
How weird is it for somebody to be naked?
I
Yeah,
mean,
what are the rules here?
every image I've ever seen is anthropomorphic animals wearing clothes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say at least medium weird, if
Got it.
not weirder.
Okay. So we haven't
could
seen any badgers in this
Walk
town.
around with a loincloth.
That would be less. That wouldn't be as weird as
I mean,
one.
as a human, would you find it weirder to see someone walking around with a loincloth or walking around naked?
I think both would probably catch my attention the same amount.
But I mean, badgers are fluffy, so like their bits are probably mostly covered
I'm saying.
anyway. So
Okay. All right. So I think the way I'll play this
Fair
is
enough.
when we sort of got the cult's accesses of like, Ruer's just gonna look for some like kind of shitty clothes, like stuff that's not because he wears armor. That's how he walks around, and that's just not gonna work for this. So, maybe some potato sacks.
That's gonna cost you.
Oh man, this,
I'm
every
kidding. I'm kidding.
we got a lot of potatoes. Surely there's some potato sacks.
Surely at least one sack.
or oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
actually we'll throw out like a little cultist thing. No, bad idea. Not bad idea to walk up to the cat's house in a cultist outfit. And just kind of like, so I've been trying to think of how to use it. My rogue activity is blindside, which I don't think really like. It's meant to like come out of the shadows and attack someone, but I just want to come out of the shadows and plant explosives, to the best of my ability. Should I like
So
take a look at the
remind me
building?
again, are you guys digging under the building or are you just sneaking in the back? Are you
We're gonna try
planting
to
the
dig under, right?
explosives around
Yeah,
the
Rhubarb
building?
is digging underneath the building.
Yeah.
To lay in a bunch of explosives.
You just hear a roar of like, "Hello, Kettlebrook."
Yes.
Big.
Now pay
big,
attention over here.
Everybody look in this general
Look in the
direction.
direction of the fire behind me. This is
What
an
fire
ode to
behind
him.
you?
It's smoke now.
Mm.
Glitter
No, it's
show.
still burning.
Not that it's still burning.
So the way that I kind of imagined it, if you are okay with it, our
Yeah, tell
dearest
me.
rhubarb, I was imagining I'm like you're digging under and I'm shoveling down into the thing the explosives, and then they're like on a line with each other. Like very cartoon style, like line to dynamite, and I'm just sitting there and you're like pulling the line behind you as you're digging, and then you're like putting them in, and so I'm just like next to the building, like shoveling it through into this hole towards you as you're digging and doing your thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then I'm gonna start digging. I guess that's what we're gonna try to do.
Dig
Okay.
time.
I think with that, can I get like a group finesse roll? If
Ooh.
everyone could roll for finesse to see how sneaky y'all are. You know what, Fig? You can roll charm if you want to, because you're the distraction.
Do I get advantage for being in the sky?
You can get a +1.
What
I
is
got an
this?
There's no such thing as advantage in this game. I don't know which game you got that one from, but
Glitter hearts. You can roll 3 and take the higher 2, or disadvantage is 3 and take the lower 2.
oh, that's cool.
So I have an ability that's called Better Lucky Than Good, and it's use oh wait, it's weapon. Okay, never mind. I was gonna ask what does that even mean? But it says weapon, so I think it's when I'm trying to spork something. It's a normal thing to say.
So how did everyone do?
I get an 11.
Hey, I got a
Oh, God,
5.
you guys are making me count.
I
We
got an 8.
5, a 10, an 8, and an 11.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's a lot of successes and 1 epic failure.
What
That's
is
perfect.
Yeah, I'm actually confused on how this is gonna work out because you're like still in the crowd. You stayed behind, but you also poured gunpowder on people and you're just standing in the crowd. Like, what does that mean?
I imagine
that you
I'm
failed?
backstage. I'm not in the crowd.
So
You're like, I want to
believe
stay away from the people who are gonna light on fire.
Yeah.
what I may have misunderstood. You said you were flying, so I was assuming you were going to then fly above the building to add like more explosives
No, Rhubarb had wanted to do it as a solo
from
mission.
high up.
And so I was staying behind because Rhubarb asked to go alone. So I've just been like
Gotcha.
circling the crowd as like a hype person, but also like, I'm cool. I'm a friend of Fig.
That's pretty cool, actually. Like, to be honest, like, if
Does
how's
that
that
mean
show
people
that-
think you're not cool if you were the only one that failed? So like you're flying and they're like, oh, could have been better. Could have flown. I don't know. Could have flown faster.
Maybe it's just that like when I run out of glitter, they get upset that it's not like a whole show glitter party.
I think the crowd starts booing you. Everyone except for the eerie soldiers begin to boo you, assuming that you are with the eerie and that you're just trying to like kind of take over the show for them.
That's fair.
And yeah, the crowd is not on your side. They're throwing eggs at you. They're throwing
That's literally our children.
no,
so fucked up.
no. Not all eggs become babies. That's not how it works.
I know, but the other ones are the non-fertilized babies.
That's so
Still
messed up.
throwing our children at us.
Take this fetus
Rowan.
on you.
Yeah, they're throwing fetuses at you. Thank you very much.
In the face.
Anyway,
Fig is just
moving
like,
on.
no, we don't need that. No, everyone, let's start with our first song. And they're gonna use that momentum to like try and get the crowd to focus in on Fig.
This is also a win for me because it means more people hate the eerie and they're bad. Anyway, I failed.
Fig, what
so-
kind of music do you play?
Like
Punk rock.
punk rock, but with a flute.
Absolutely.
Is there a such thing as an electric flute?
There can be.
Cool.
There's
okay. No, go on.
Okay, quick anecdote. It's a good New York City anecdote. There used to be a venue called Lit Lounge, and on their website, if you were a band and you wanted to play there, they would say, "We play punk music, and we believe that punk can be played with a violin. And if you don't know what that means, then you shouldn't play here." So yeah, flute punk.
Let's go.
Flunk.
Flunk music, yes. Yes. Big and
So
flunk
I
music.
think with a 10 and an 8 for the two of you putting these explosives. I think you successfully managed to dig around the whole building, put all of the explosives you want. As you are like crawling out of your hole and like getting ready to leave, a guard does happen upon you. Hello, sir. Who are you? As you see an orange tabby cat in plate mail. What are you doing around the fortress?
Okay, I am gonna try to blindside this. I know that we can see each other, but I'm just gonna try to like a surprise attack
No,
this.
for sure. Go for it.
Great.
What are you rolling for that? I think it's a might, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's a melee attack. Weapon moves, is that what they're called? Weapon moves.
Yeah, weapon moves.
Okay. Yeah, engage in melee.
Roll might.
You bet.
Also, I found fun flute music.
Fig!
Fig!
Oh yeah. People are losing their fucking minds over this.
I
So
love
yeah,
It
Cherry,
was happening
that
right
is
for you,
the
right?
sound you hear as they throw bird fetuses at you.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
And boo the eerie. But also cheer Fig.
All right, that was a 9.
A 9. On a 9 to engage in melee. Wait, you said you used like a special ability for this?
So
it, like,
I
add
could
to your
use.
roll, or
It's up to you if I can use blindside for this.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. Great. So sneak attack, sucker punch. Okay. That just means it's my rogue move. My roguish feat.
Okay, so you can roll
So I
either
still-
might or finesse if you want.
Got it. Okay. Might's still good because I'm a big boy. Great. Yeah. So on a hit, you achieve your goal. I rolled a 9.
Okay, on a 9, pick one. Would you like to inflict serious harm on this guy instead of just normal harm? Would you like to suffer little harm in that they're going to attack you as well? You would suffer less harm yourself. Would you like to shift your range one step, get like a little bit further away, get like right up in his face so he can't do any like range combat on you? Or would you like to impress, dismay, or frighten your foe?
Ooh, I would like to frighten my foe.
Okay. So how does this look? What are you using to attack? What does it look like?
So I actually think because we're on like a digging mission, I think Rhubarb's got his like claws out. And so in like turning to address this adorable French cat who doesn't deserve what's coming to him, he's just gonna just swipe at the head with like to like knock him in the noggin.
What are you doing? Ah! Ow! Ow! Why would you hit me like that? Such really hurt. No! Help! Help! As he
Okay.
begins to scream for help, assumably from inside the fortress.
Okay, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to attack him again.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I trip him into the hole and then light the explosives?
You can try.
Wait, I thought we were waiting. But we don't have
Time for waiting was before the guards were alerted.
Yep. Okay. What do I add to that? What even?
Go for trip.
What
Trust
skill
fate.
is trip?
Luck,
Okay.
because you're doing a really intense. You're trying to push someone in a hole and then light the fire before they can get help.
Ooh, luckily I have the highest to luck. 10.
On a 10, it is going to work. Could you describe what this looks like?
I imagine it's like swipe and then start screaming and I panic and my panic is quick do something and then blow stuff up. So then I just go and then I just start running as I light the thing and I'm just like and I'm just going out of there and the thing's lit and so the person's butt is probably in the air, the cat with their head in the hole. I'm trying to grab Rhubarb's hand to pull them away while I'm flailing and just going, go, 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 as the thing lights up. Yep.
Yeah, that is exactly what happens. Why have you pushed me in this hole? Oh my god, why are you? Oh, and as he is confused and disoriented in this hole, you light the tip of this wick. Are they wicks if it's to an explosion? I don't know.
Fuses.
Fuses, that's the word. Words are hard, guys. You light the fuse, it goes in that cartoony way as the fuse goes under the building. And just a massive explosion. As you finish a song, Fig, the building behind you bursts into flames. Cherry.
Yeah.
You're standing just a little too close, though.
But I got a 13 earlier.
You got a
Also, I'm
5
backstage.
earlier. You
Yeah,
got
that
a
was after
5
the 13.
earlier.
That was after the 13.
That was for where you were during what is currently happening.
That was for stealth, I remind you, but okay.
I know what it was for.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead. Set Cherry on fire.
And that's where we'll end our session.
Ah!
Wait.
Wait.
There is a concert that has not finished yet, and I have something that I've been waiting to use.
Oh,
Okay. I'm so sorry.
Like the flunk artists that they are, they're just rocking the house up and down. Like the stage is rocking. When you first put on an earnest public performance in a clearing, I can roll with charm. On a hit, I can name a faction I flatter.
Ooh, okay.
Thank you. Who's the faction that we wanted to flatter?
The lizard folk. Right?
There's the
Is that
lizard.
I mean, really,
there's
we
the
don't
river
really like
was
any
there
of
another one
them,
that we
and
wanted
we've
to
fought
try?
with all of them so far.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing,
well,
they
the-
all
yeah.
kind of suck in their own way.
Can we make
Yeah.
our own?
Can we make it
That's
the
the
people of the
vagabonds.
woodland?
Yeah, you can flatter the denizens.
Okay,
Oh, love that.
that is plus charm. An 8. Wait, 6,
What is your ability
9.
to say?
Sorry. On a hit, name a faction you flatter. An important member comes forward to offer you work.
Ooh.
There's also one more thing I want to do, but I'll toss it back to you.
Can I introduce this important member next session?
Cool. So as they're playing the flute, this person comes up and they're still playing their flute, and they're like, we'll talk. Pretty much still playing it out, and they wave to the crowd and they try to find where you all are. And that when they perform for your band while traveling, I'm going to mark one wear to clear up 2 additional exhaustion from each vagabond. And
Ooh.
literally the
Wow.
concert was like, I'll see you next time, Kettlebrook.
As the building catches on fire.
Yeah. End of the concert.
Amazing.
And with that, your concert ends in a bang.
Yeah.
Well, this was
And
so much fun.
that's been our session for tonight. Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. Hey, chat. It's me again, Sean. You may have thought this had the chaotic nature of a one-shot, but it didn't. We've got 2 more episodes of it. So if you want to be able to find it in its entire glory and all of that, go ahead and follow the channel. Because we'll be here next week and the week after. And also because we're only 2 followers away from 300. And I don't care about numbers, but that's a cool round number. So if you want to get us there, do it. Other things you can do is support everyone here. How can they do that? Tell us now. Maz.
And I
Thank
know
you,
my
Mel.
order in the overlay. Hi, I'm Maz. I do things around the internet that are like gaming, ttrpg, AP performing, and running and producing stuff over at Starcrawl RPG. You can come catch me tomorrow. I'm going to be doing max ads during the morning, but I'll be streaming games tomorrow night. And then starting up Death Stranding on Friday because the new game is coming out, and Death Stranding is one of my favorite games. Like, look at this. Do you see that? Anyway, that's just my own thing. But y'all should definitely check us out. I am also up for 2 BIPOC streamer awards, so that will be open on Monday, and you guys could see what they are and can come vote. Starcrawl RPG is also up for a cool award for Crit Awards for upcoming YouTube channel. You should go check that out as well. And on Sunday, we have a Regency game made by Howdy Love Darling M or Meadow, where we all play Hopeful Romantics, and it's real cute. So you can come see the wonderful game on Sunday afternoon. I think that's all I have. Oh, I'll be on Forgotten Adventures on Sunday morning, playing Navara, who is... I'm just going to show you the fan art. Like,
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
pretty.
Do I need to explain? Do I need to? No. Okay. Over to you.
Over to Mel.
Me, I'm Mel. You can find me on Blue Sky if you go there at Melissa J. Lusk. The J is for I always come up with something different. We didn't have a lot of J's in this game.
Germany.
The J is for dragons. I am a voice actor on the Bloody FM podcast network. You can catch me playing kids and doctors and anomalies over there. And most of the time, I'm playing sagas when I'm on stream. So it's really fun to be playing something new. Thank you, Help Action Needed, for having me. Congratulations on your crit nomination. I really think you should win it.
Thank you. You know how you can
I'm
help
gonna
us win
vote
it?
for you.
By voting for us. Link in chat and QR code coming up. Ash. Unless
Oh my
Mel, you had anywhere
goodness.
else you wanted to go.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, cool. Ash.
I love how advertising that is. It's just, you know what you could do. Check out. Cute.
If when I tune in to catch your cantrips on Sunday, there's not the same promo, I will throw hands. I'll redeem all of the Nerf ashes.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
joking.
So
I will
this is
not
a
do that.
direct threat. Okay. So I'm Ash. You can find me at Catchy Cantrips, everything hoobla. If you're into world building, creature creation, all kinds of shenanigans, then you can check out my page. It's me and my partner David. We are on every Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday, all of the things, and everything is very interactive. So if that floats your boat, then you should come out and check it out. And if you enjoy chaos, then that's pretty much the entirety of what we do. So yeah. Yep.
Nate, tossing it over to you.
What's up, internet? I am Nate. I have been all the characters that have just normal names, I guess. Yeah, that's
Yeah, like
me.
Stallone.
I do silly things on the internet. You can check me out on Escape the Dungeon podcast, where we're playing Urban Shadows 2nd edition right now. It's super fun. The world is ending and Las Vegas is full of demons. You can also check me out on RP Jesters podcast. I am on their current season, Blood on the Reeds. a horror campaign of Old Gods of Appalachia, where I played Chet the Swamp Wizard. That's me, Sean.
And I am Sean. You can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed, including here on Twitch, technically on YouTube, where the VOD of this will go up at an indeterminate point in the future, on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on Threads, technically on TikTok, and on wherever you get your podcasts. You can look for the Crit Award-nominated podcast Help Action Needed, a D&D podcast. If you like it, or you've never heard of it, but you're here now, you can vote for it, and Starcrawl, and the channel we're going to be raiding into, Forgotten Adventures, all for Crit Awards that are coming up this year. Moz is guesting there. Friends of the channel right now are on there. Meadow is on there, who is not only a friend of the channel, but also a multi-Crit Award nominated person. So by following the link that's going to be in chat, you can cover like 8 people in one. Yeah, but while I get that raid command going, other things that are happening on this channel, not much. The next time we're going to be live is next week with this game. It's a really slow thing because some stuff had to be moved around for tomorrow and the weekends. But that is okay, because that means that the next time is going to be here. And then we will have our episode 2 of our Aegon game, and then we will have some secret things happening, because I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it, but a loved thing Mouse and I did may or may not be making a return. And that's us. So next week, yeah. And so that is it. We will see you later. As always, be nice to yourselves, be kind to yourselves, drink water, take your meds, eat your food, and as nice, be kind. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Raid and